It's now time for Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, live on the Woodward Sports Network. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m. Starring Ryan Ermanni, Michigan great and former NFL baller Braylon Edwards, and of course, Tom Mazaway. Let's talk some sports.
We play next Sunday back here at home, guys. So look, we got the winner of Tampa and Philly, which is tomorrow. We'll be here at 3 o'clock back at Ford Field because you guys f***ing earned it. Dude, how electric was it out there? I'm telling you what, it doesn't get any better. It's everything you dream of and then more. All right, that's outstanding work. I got 2 game balls. All right, number one, listen, when you come in 3 years ago, like me and this guy did, and you had a vision and you start working together and you've got an idea how you want to build it and the type of players you're looking for and how you want to go top to bottom, offense, defense, special teams, and you're in f***ing lockstep. You're in f***ing lockstep. I'm telling you guys, it's a shitty business. It ain't always perfect, but we do a pretty good job. Right? But without this f***ing guy right here, man, Brad Holmes. Great job.
I absolutely love every single person in this room, man. We were intentional on being about grit, all right, and earning it. I love everybody in here, man. We went through darkness and it shaped us, all right? It shaped us for this moment. I love y'all, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Especially this guy, man.
Okay, I'll just say it like this, all right? Hey, you're good enough for Detroit, Jay.
Hey, I love and appreciate you guys more than you fucking know. I promise you that. I love you guys so fucking much. This is just the beginning, boys. This is just the fucking beginning. We got 3 more of these next week at home, at our place, against whoever the fuck wants to come in here. Let's go. Win all 3, 1, 2, 3, win!
Hey! Let's go! Monday show, January 15th, 2024. Ermanni and Edwards with Bass. Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com, fox2detroit.com, and the Fox local app if you're watching live. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you to our over 60,000 subscribers on this platform. Hit that like button, subscribe. Braylon Edwards, good afternoon to you, my friend.
Good afternoon to you, Ryan and Monty. Man, am I excited for the city. Man, am I excited for these Lions. But more importantly, I'm excited for yourself, Tom Mazaway. And I say this before I throw it over to you on your day, man. If you came here to hear about the Cowboys and the effing Packers, this ain't the show for you. We're talking about the Lions, and the Lions some more. Tom Mazaway, how you doing?
Oh, my God, guys. I've waited my entire Detroit life for what last night was. 31 years in this place. 31 years I've been here. And I was at that first game back then in the Silverdome when Brett Favre shocked us and beat our ass.
You thought you were coming here for the team of the 90s.
I thought I was. I didn't realize Eric Kramer was leaving us after that game. Anyway, here I am. Saw a great game last night, and I'm in the press box. You're not supposed to cheer. And I was like I was like holding my tongue. I was walking around at the end. I was walking up and down the freaking aisle.
Like Jerry West.
In the press box. Yep, in the press box. I could not sit down anymore. Thank you, Lions. Thank you, Brad Holmes. Thank you, Dan Campbell. Thank you, Sheila Ham. Thank you, Chris Spielman.
It really does feel like a thank you moment. Yeah. And again, we go back to the old saying from Jim Schwartz. There will be a time where we do not celebrate one playoff win as if it's the 7th game of the World Series or the Super Bowl or anything else like that. But that time is not now, Braylon. What that team, what that night meant to the city of Detroit was unlike anything we have ever seen, I believe. We have seen 4 Stanley Cup championships. We have seen a World Series. We have seen 3 NBA titles. I'm not sure we saw the emotion, just the sheer joy on the faces of Detroit sports fans, generational Detroit sports fans, that we saw last night after one playoff win.
And it was deservingly so. Look, football is king. Look, I love the Stanley Cup. I love the Red Wings. I remember when they got swept in '95. I cried against the Devils. You talk about the Pistons, Ryan. You talk all the time about what Isaiah Thomas means to you. Love those moments for us. We won a national championship. We won a playoff game at Ford Field in the span of 6 days. There will never be another night like it was last night for the Lions, until next Sunday and then the week after that. But as of right now, you're talking about a city that is fought, that has been the butt of every joke in the NFL, a team that can never seem to get it right, a team that can never seem to win, a team that went 0-16. From that to Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell and Sheila Ham telling us 3 years ago, it's going to take 3 years, but we promise we're going to do it right. We're promising we're going to build it with the right guys, and we promise that the city of Detroit will be proud of us. But damn it, Tom Mazaway, I don't think the city's ever been prouder.
I'd be honest, man, to not talk a little bit about the Cowboys for a second. Karma, man. Karma, bitch. Karma. 2014. Karma the following week against the Packers. Karma.
2023.
Packers. 2024. Karma, bitch.
Hey,
you're out. We're in. I don't care if it's a kid show. Go Lions.
You know, one of the things about that was knowing when you played last night that if you won that game, you would get to play again next week at Ford Field. I thought that was really cool as well, just knowing what you needed to play again. And, you know, we saw Braylon, and by the way, Pete Spivak, who was here till 4 a.m.
Doing a hell of a job with the post-game
Great to
show.
see you, my friend.
Good to see you,
JB, you're here 24/7.
He's got a cot. You see this couch right here?
Well, he does go to Feldman once a week, too.
So,
once in a while, yeah.
And Dispo.
Yeah, just wanted to point that out. Good job, JB. These two, this show would be nothing without these two. But we saw all of the celebrities on the field, and Mike Tirico did a really good job of pointing this out. They showed Eminem, they showed Big Sean, they showed Barry Sanders, and this is, I think, part of the game that gets lost when you are in the building, when you're in the stadium. You don't get to see these little moments, and there were so many moments. But, you know, Big Sean, Eminem, Calvin, the drummer from Red Hot Chili Peppers, Barry Sanders. But then they turned the camera to Benjamin Kapp.
88 years young.
89 years old, 66 years season ticket holder. You know, just in the audience, in the crowd last night at a Detroit Lions home playoff game. I thought it was for fans like that moment, that night, that game was for fans like him.
It's funny you say that. You know, when I played for the Jets, you know, guys would come to the games and they would be at the games and they would be on the sidelines, and you're in the playoffs and you got the who's who in New York that are Jets fans year round. But it was the little old ladies with with all the bizarre earrings and all the pins that have been fans for a very long time, like a Benjamin Kapp, like a guy like that who supported and been there through everything the Lions have had to endure over those years, having to have to go through that. So to see him, it was cool to see Big Sean. It was cool to see Barry Sanders. It was cool to see Calvin out there. But when they showed that, those are exactly the moments that the fans and the players understand and play for.
I'm still, honestly, I feel like I'm on drugs.
I know.
Honestly, I do. I went to bed at 3:30 last night. You know,
and woke up at 6.
It's a funny thing
I watched
you
the
say.
game when I got home.
No,
I watched it.
Maz, it's a funny thing you say that, because Braylon came up to me and he's like, "Dude, you okay?" And I'm like,
literally.
I was like, I literally still cannot believe that not only the Lions played a home playoff game at Ford Field, they actually won the damn thing.
Yeah.
And not only that, it's not over yet. They're playing again 1 week from yesterday.
Is this the gold medal game again?
No, I don't think so. I think this is serious stuff.
And Madison, that's why I said coming in, so you guys know I'm a new Lions fan. You guys turned the corner.
We took you in.
You took me in. You made me a Lions fan against my will. But 3 years in the making, I'm a Lions fan. But I really wish for today's purpose. For just today, I was a 40-year, soon to be 41, 41-year, damn, 41, soon to be 41-year, lifelong Lions fan. Because when I saw Ryan's face, I called Ryan as soon as the game was over. And I'm talking, got my girl on the phone, we're listening. I'm like, I think he might cry. But I understood it.
Voice is cracking.
But I understood it. You see what people have gone through, man. So I just wish today that I had the same elation as you. But to get to see the city so happy, I get to live through you because I'm watching Maz over here. He doesn't even have questions or statements. He's so excited. I'm living through you guys today.
Listen, last night when I got out of the game, I parked in the Campus Martius building. It's a decent walk, especially when you don't know where you're going, and I'm the worst with directions. I put on Waze. I'm walking with Waze to try to go at night to go find my car. But instead of taking the shuttle bus over there, I just got sucked into the whole crowd. I walked with them, and everyone is screaming and beeping their horns and standing on top of their cars and just loving life. I never saw Detroit like that in my entire life. That sounded like New York City to me. I'm a New York guy. I was born and raised in Jersey. I come to Detroit 31 years ago, and I've never seen the city like that. I know when the Tigers won in '84, I heard it was unbelievable, and I saw it on TV. But for me to walk that walk to my car, and I was never alone. No matter where I went, there was thousands of people walking with me, walking across the streets. It's icy. No one gave a damn. Everyone was in a great mood. Not one fight, nothing. Just pure joy. And I wish I could have just sat there and like videotaped everything. But you know what? At that point, I'm like, I just want to take it all in.
Yeah.
And it was phenomenal. And I'm so happy for us.
Yeah. Very rarely do you get a chance to see something happen for the very first time, Maz. And I think, Ryan, that was that energy. Like, you've won World Series before. You've won Stanley Cups before. You've won whatever. They have never hosted a playoff game in the city of
this
Detroit.
Is the Lions.
In
it
the
ain't
city
It ain't Red
Detroit.
Wings, Tigers,
And-
Pistons. This is the Lions.
But no, do you hear what he's saying though?
Yeah.
Maz,
Like
in
within the
city
city
of
limits.
Detroit has never seen a playoff game.
Wow.
Not just Ford Field, the city of Detroit. So you got a chance to see the only team in the state that everybody in the state loves. Everybody in the state loves the Lions. They may disagree on the Red Wings, disagree on the Pistons.
Yeah.
Everyone loves the Lions, and they won downtown Detroit for the first time in Ford Field ever. That's the energy you guys saw last night. Damn it, I wish I would have went.
It is so hard because there's so many different moments that happen, before the game, during the game, after the game, obviously. But whatever reason you have for being a Lions fan, maybe you are a north of 60 years old and you're a long-suffering Lions fan. You rooted for the Lions your whole life. They've disappointed you every step of the way. Maybe you're in your 40s and you grew up a Lions fan and you remember Barry Sanders and your dad took you to the playoff game or your grandpa took you to a playoff game in 91, 93, whatever the case may be. Or maybe you're in your 20s and you just think it's cool to be a Lions fan and cry on demand on Twitter. Whatever your reason is. God bless you and enjoy it. And I hope everybody is enjoying it now because this is everybody's championship. Not championship, but playoff win. This is everybody's time. And I'm just so damn happy to celebrate being a Detroit Lions fan.
There's nobody in the NFL, not a fan base in the NFL. I'll put Cleveland a little bit on the side. Besides the Cleveland Brown fans, there ain't nobody that knows what a Lion fan has gone through. You know why? Because no one's even paid attention to us. Yeah. That's how deplorable that this franchise has been. And finally, you're going to hear all these stories. You're going to hear more. People are going to be like, holy shit, that really happened to the Lions? They haven't what? Yeah. They haven't what? They had 9 straight. They never won a wild card. What? Now people are really finally saying, wow, that they did suffer. They really did suffer. Until you walk a step, a block in a Lion fan's shoes, You have no idea what that win meant for us.
And we will continue to celebrate this win. We will continue to celebrate you, the fans. You'll hear from Dan Campbell. You'll hear from Jared Goff. We're going to be joined by Lomas Brown coming up about 15 minutes from now, Lions radio analyst, one of the great Lions of all time. So much to get to today. But first, a message from us here at WSN. Are you tired of wearing the same old Detroit sports merch? It is a new era in sports wearables. New designs, amazing apparel, the ultimate swag. Check out Woodward Sports' latest gear, woodwardsports.com. Click on the shop tab. Hoodies, tees, hats, all guaranteed to turn heads. Get the latest designs today. So easy, affordable, and comfortable. Woodwardsports.com. Click on that shop tab.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Dreaming of a new home but feeling the financial pinch? Mark White and Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right, I said $5,000. Call Mark White and Associates today at 248-290-8242 or visit them at markwhitesells.com. Again, call Mark White today at 248-290-8242 and make your home buying dreams come true.
Hey, I already know what's going on, man. Go Lions, man. On to the next, baby. But appreciate you, and we need to do this again next week. Let's go. We not done.
Second round, here we come.
How great is that? So players coming off the field, and then, of course, Brad Holmes in the elevator with Chris Spielman and Mike Disner and the whole crew heading down to the locker room and the field after a 24-23 win over the Los Angeles Rams in the Wildcard weekend. Braylon Edwards, the sheer emotion from the players. But let's start with Brad Holmes for a minute. That was incredibly awesome.
You see who the first game ball went to?
I did.
The very first game ball from Dan Campbell and the team went to Brad Holmes. He has been instrumental in terms of putting this team together, getting the right guys, trusting himself, not listening to what the outside says about who you should draft, myself included, who you should draft, who shouldn't you draft, what moves you should make. That doesn't make sense. Stuck with that. Oh, you should make a move right here. Now's the time to make a move. If they don't make moves. He trusts himself. He trusts his team. And when you see the elation that he had when he's getting the game ball, he meant those words. I love every guy in this room. Brad Holmes, man, he's the real MVP. There's a ton of MVPs on this team. They all are MVPs. Brad Holmes is the MVP of the Detroit Lions, and I stand on that.
You heard him. He told his locker room how much he loves them and how much they handpicked each guy. And we all sit here, we're all general managers, every one of us in the chat,
Couch
every one of us at home. We all know what the better pick is. We know better than him. He and Dan Campbell and the rest of that great staff that he put together picked these guys because of their way they were. The interviews. I remember the Sam Laporta interview when they were interviewing him previously to the draft and how he just rattled off stuff. You knew that was their guy. That was their guy. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Wow. 4th round guy And what did he do? He wrote down and memorized every single guy that got picked ahead of him, which he did with the All-Pro team, the Pro Bowl team, which he made the All-Pro, by the way, first team All-Pro.
That's the one that gets you paid.
And Jared Goff coming here as a throw-in. And Dan Campbell says, they didn't want you, but I know one team that wanted you. It's right here. And he is a leader of this team, and he has got himself a new contract, and I've always been hard on him. Pause. But not anymore.
Yeah.
He's earned everything he's gotten. And you know what? The guy don't say a bad word. He's a gentleman. He leads this team, and he stuck it to his old team. And he stuck it to that little weasel, Sean McVay. And Matthew Stafford, I lost some respect for him, although he played a whale of a game. Talk about him later. But thank you, guys. That was just thanks.
Before we get into Jared Goff and the team and Matt Stafford and his game and what was said after the game, I want to go right back to Brad Holmes because you brought something up when we were off air. I've been around these GMs, Ryan, snotty, got a job because they're a homeboy or they're part of the buddy circle or they know they're going to get another job, the influence, etc. Like those guys will be around. You see them floating around different teams. They always have a job. They always have a gig. They don't care about players. They care about the number systems. They care about crunching the numbers to get the right player at the right price, etc. Brad Holmes is not one of these guys, Maz. He didn't get the job because he was cool with so-and-so and they let him in the building and this is going to be his 5th time being a GM. He doesn't care about the players. He started off at Enterprise.
Car rental.
So what, 7-8 years ago? 9 years ago? And then he got an intern job with the Rams, as you said. So he comes from a place of understanding people, understanding the other side. He's not a guy that's just looking to throw players away. He's invested in these players, and I think that is another element that helps him when he's picking these players and how the players feel about him.
I want to thank John Ellison, our super chat, $10. I don't think
Thanks,
the
John.
49ers should be sitting comfortably after a week off with a hot Green Bay team coming in. We may be hosting the NFC title game. Thoughts? Yeah, you may be.
Yeah.
The way Green Bay is playing, you may be hosting an NFC championship game. One game at a time. Let things play out and see where it goes. But yeah, I don't think anybody would be shocked at this point if you were playing 3 home games. There's no doubt about that. Back to Brad Holmes, if I may. God bless this man. They should build a statue outside of Ford Field. And they should put him and Dan Campbell next to each other. And, put Martha Ford and Sheila Hamp right next to her.
Agreed.
You know, what Sheila has done as the owner of this team, what Rod Wood has done as the president, what Chris Spielman has done as an advisor, to bring these 2 specific men in, Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes. And how many times does it work where you bring the coach in, you give him a 6-year deal, and then you give the GM a 5-year deal, and you hire him second?
Yeah. Doesn't happen.
It doesn't work.
It's very rare that works. But there is something about this organization. There is something about these 2 men. There is something about culture where they just said, look, this is what I think, this is what you think, this is what we think. And they have built a rapport, and they have been, as Dan Campbell said last night, in lockstep every step of the way. And I don't think that is coach speak. I don't think that is just getting out in front and saying what you have to in public. You see, clear as day, that these 2 men are in lockstep on everything they do.
100%. And Ryan, could I be wrong? I think it's just transparency between the 2 of them.
I think it's right.
It's transparency between the 2 of them. When they go to the podium, how many coaches and GMs do you see in the span of a season go to the podium and say conflicting things? When they say things, you're like, oh, those 2 guys aren't on the same page. It's a coach or it's the GM. It's never lockstep. Whenever they go to the podium, it's the same message, but it's not some type of Bill Belichick Patriots like rehearsed message. They're saying the same things in a different way. That means they believe the same things. That means they're transparent with one another. Hey, let's make sure we're always on the same page. That doesn't happen at this level. Even if you hire the GM first, and he hires his coach, still doesn't happen like that. Transparency, I think, is their best weapon.
And the other guy that got a game ball, too. Can we mention him?
Please.
Jared Goff. I thought that was one of the coolest phrases ever said when Dan Campbell looked at him, gave him the game ball, and said, "You're good enough for Detroit." Because all week, that game was about Matthew Stafford coming back to Detroit. Would they boo him? Would they cheer him? What would the reaction be? People didn't make a big deal out of the fact that Jared Goff was going up against his former team. Jared Goff was going up against his former head coach, the coach that said, "I cannot win with you. You are not good enough to win a Super Bowl here for the Los Angeles Rams." I don't think that relationship is super good between Jared Goff and Sean McVay, no matter how much McVay is trying to smooth it over in the media. Jared Goff doesn't like Sean McVay.
As he should.
As he should not.
Good. I don't like him either.
Absolutely. And for Goff to play that way last night and really dominate 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, that was the game, guys. That was the game. When you're playing in front like that, it just changes everything about you. It changes the way you play offense, changes the way you play defense. It changes, maybe they don't go for it on 4th and goal at the 1.5-yard line on the Laporta touchdown if they're not playing with a little bit of a lead there. You just don't know how things play out. Everything about last night was awesome, and I'm so happy for Jared Goff. I'm so happy for Brad Holmes. I'm so happy for Dan Campbell and everybody in that locker room.
When we talked on Friday, Maz, I said for Jared Goff, I said, I don't care how nice you are. I don't care how much of a quiet, silent leader you are, a good guy you are, a guy that just lets things roll off their back. There's certain things that you can't let go. Ryan, you said what they said. They let him. Not only did they let him go in the middle of the night on a Cabo trip without any communication or any decency. They crapped on him. They sent him to Detroit, of all places. Detroit is where they sent him, of all places. Said you weren't good enough. Brought in Matt Stafford. They said that. Dropped him off here. After getting them to a Super Bowl, you're not good enough. We'll see you. Didn't even have the decency to face him. So you knew he was thinking of that going to this game. So now you got a guy who people said he can't play in the big moment. He can't play when the lights are the brightest. So he's got that in the back of his mind. He's got the way the Rams situation ended in the back of his mind. He's got the fact that he's auditioning to be the continued quarterback for the Detroit Lions for the next foreseeable future on the line. It's a primetime game. And what does he do? 22 of 27. 277, a touchdown. And what did you say was going to be the determining factor? The turnover battles. How many turnovers?
0.
Donuts.
Let me play
How
for you.
about Jack Fox?
Can I just... Maz just... Maz is
he
like,
blew it.
Maz,
it's coming up.
Maz
It's coming
all
up.
this in his
I just want to throw up.
I love it. I love it.
How about
Jack Fox?
Ross St. Brown.
Holding penalty on fourth down.
Josh Reynolds?
Oh, but hold on.
Josh Reynolds. The ball didn't hit the ground till the freaking second quarter.
Last thing I will say about Jared Goff, which is great, is you see the difference.
Martin.
8 Hutchinson, 2 sacks. Like, the thing that makes it so
CJ.
great. Man, what? The thing that makes it so great with Jared Goff is 3 years ago, Dan Campbell would not have had the confidence to call that play at the end of the game to seal the deal. But now he has that confidence in Jared Goff. And what does Jared Goff do? He delivers the pass to Amon-Ra.
Dan Skipper.
Oh, God.
C-Lamb.
Guys,
Sam Laporta.
We're going to be joined, pause.
Chris
We're going to be
Billman.
joined by Lomas Brown.
Lomas Brown.
We'll do it next. But
saw Lomas.
first, a message from Planet Fitness, where, by the way, yours truly just was before the show.
Attaboy.
Nice.
Very
Congrats.
nice, very nice.
But hey, Planet Fitness is your home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and I mean anyone,
Jack
can
Campbell.
feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals.
Aaron Kramer.
At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym with tons of equipment, a full body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all of this just for $10 a month.
Only $10?
With no commitment. Yes, only $10. Remember, no matter where you are, there is always a Planet Fitness nearby, with 50 in the Metro Detroit area and thousands more throughout the world. Find your local Planet Fitness today, or as always, check them out online at planetfitness.com.
Michael Badgley.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports. Woodward and Main Street. The Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White and Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Hey guys, give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supply, hands down, Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences of the online and big box retailers, with one major difference. It's family owned and operated right here in Michigan for over 30 plus years. Over 60 brands of food, nutritional experts to help you through it as well. Same day, local, curbside, and home delivery. It's Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. Check them out online at premierpetsupply.com. Rory.
Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable. The people here are special, man. And I'm grateful, and I'm grateful for their support. And today, with the circumstances that were there, it meant a lot, and it was special. Yeah, I hope so. This place is special to me, and like I just said, these people are special. That's the best home atmosphere I've ever played in front of, and I expect next week to be on top of that or second, and it's a special place to play. And
before we say something about Jared Goff, because there's a lot to unpack there and some good things to talk about, I did want to mention why people are out of school today and why people are out of work. Today is Martin Luther King's birthday, so I'd be remiss if I said the guy that had a dream that me and this guy could do this side by side. That was Martin Luther King. So just remember why you're off today and why you're out of school. Martin Luther King, I have a dream.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Special day indeed. And guys, just the thing with Jared Goff, look, everybody that's still playing is still playing because they got a quarterback. That's the bottom line. If you got a quarterback, you're still playing. You don't got a quarterback, you're going home.
Or you never made it.
Or you never made it. There's no doubt about that. And the fact that this guy, Jared Goff, man, I crack up a little bit even inside thinking about what this guy went through. From the day he came to Detroit, we all of us though, have been trying to get rid of this guy. Planning his exit. Who can they draft? Who can they sign in free agency? Who was the backup quarterback going to be that was going to beat him out? Who's going to be the next quarterback of this franchise for the next decade? And so many people even now still, maybe, perhaps, maybe not, are hoping that's Hendon Hooker, even. A guy on his own team. What does this guy have to do to make people believe that he is a damn good quarterback that can lead this franchise, or any franchise, but this one specifically, to a Super Bowl championship? Because that's what it's all about. I am so happy for Jared Goff. Every time he gets a game ball, he shouts out the teammates.
Yeah.
Every time he's at the podium, he shouts out the city. This is one of the least selfish superstars we have had in Detroit. I love Jared Goff, and I hope he stays for many more years.
I think two things can be true. I think, you look at Jared Goff in the beginning when he came here, we were looking at how he kind of left the situation there, how that played out. Then he had turnover issues. He had some interception issues. He had some, primetime game issues. So it was rightfully so the questions that were being asked. With that being said, it's a very similar situation to Jalen Hurts. People that are strong, people that are tough, they will find a way to endure. Don't forget Jared Goff's rookie year, they said he was a bust quarterback. Said he was a bust quarterback after his rookie year. Then what did he do 2 years later? He was in the Super Bowl. He was all pro.
And even last year, if you just rewind back to training camp last year, the year in which he led the Eagles to the Super Bowl and an MVP award.
Right. They were trying to, is
in
it
that
him?
training camp, they were talking about who could we bring in here in Philly.
100%. So tough guys endured. Jalen endured Alabama. He endured it to get to Oklahoma. He endured his first year with the Eagles to get to the playoffs, eventually Super Bowl. And that's what I think you see out of Jared Goff too. He's a fighter. And he always finds a way to get to where he wants to be or to where the goal is or the plan is to get to. So I look at it from that lens now. You got your quarterback.
Maz, you and I both specifically have been really hard on Jared Goff.
For sure.
Pause. I have lightened up a lot. You have as well.
Yeah.
After last night, I mean, this guy's earned it.
He's earned a contract extension. I don't know how long it'll be, but he's earned an extension. He wants to be here. You heard him. You feel it.
Right.
The teammates, they love him. They couldn't wait for him to come in after
Jared Goff.
Yes.
Jared
How about the
Goff.
interview? He was doing the interview on the field.
He almost cried.
Yeah.
He almost cried.
Almost did.
He almost cried. I saw it. Me and my girl were watching. I said, babe, he almost cried.
They're waiting for him to come in. Once he comes into the locker room, what an outburst. He is loved. They love him. The trust is there. He made some great throws last night. Great touch on the ball. When he doesn't turn it over, and he's been great at not turning it over in these wins, that's it, man. That's the quarterback you want.
No doubt.
Look at Dak Prescott. What are they talking about him today?
And the guy we want to talk to right now is the great Lomas Brown, who was on the team the last time the Lions won a playoff game. Lomas, thanks so much for the time. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. A little tired, from last night, but a great win, man. And I'm just so excited for the guys, man. So excited for this city. It's been a long time, man. The alumni are happy that this is happening, and man, it's just great, man. I got so many words to say about it, man. And man, just from listening to you guys talk about Jared and what he was able to do, man, you're right, man. I feel so good for him. And like you say, it's not written yet. I mean, we got some more games to play, man. So we'll see.
Lomas, you mentioned the alumni, and there were a number of Lions alumni at the game last night. Hell, I know you didn't play with him, but I saw Kerryon Johnson was even there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody wanted to be there last night. What did last night's win mean to you guys? The players who have been in that locker room, the players who have blood, sweat, and tears for this organization. What did that mean to you guys?
I mean, myself, Kevin Glover, Barry, we were down on the field earlier, and, just reflecting back on that, just thinking that, 91, 92 would be the last time we would be in that position. I mean, even just thinking back to when we were in the locker room, we used to think about that man, after that 91 season, we had a long way to go, man. It was us in Dallas. That's all everybody was talking about, man. And we thought we were going to make a run in the 90s. And, things happen, circumstances happen, injuries happen, tragedies happen. And for whatever reason, it took this long to get back. So, for us guys, like I say, man, we bleed Honolulu silver and blue. Blue and silver, man. Yeah. And you know, it's great. It's going to always be that way. And I say once a lion, always a lion.
Yeah, Lom, I'm so proud of you, man. I know how it is to be a part of alumni base, and you guys win. When you win, when the team wins, everybody that's ever been a part of that situation gets a chance to win. I want to bring it down to the game real quick and just make an open question. Isn't it amazing what a team can do when the players on the team play? I'm talking about those dudes. Talk about all the guys on the Lions team that are considered dudes, whether it's Aiden Hutchinson, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, insert one of those dudes. When they show up, you're probably not going to beat that team.
No, I mean, you're right about that. And that's what, you know, that's what playoff ball is all about, too. I mean, it's about the guys stepping up, the stars stepping up and showing why they're stars. And you're right, man, to see Aiden Hutchinson, to see all these young guys. That's the thing about it, Braylon. All these guys are so young, man. And the way they're performing on this stage, I mean, you know, you take a guy like Sam Laporta, it's no way I thought he was going to play, or if he did play, was going to be effective. Man, he was out there running around like he hadn't had a knee injury. You know,
what
contributing,
injury?
Especially in the blocking game, and Amon-Ra, and, you know, just all the guys, even in the, you know, we didn't get over 100 yards rushing, but just what those guys were able to do. And I'm going to tell you, bro, I'm going to tell you who it was last night. It was those 5 guys up front, man. And I'm not just saying that because I played that position. Them boys dominated. You didn't hardly hear Aaron Donald's name. You didn't hardly hear Kobe Turner's name.
Nope.
I mean, they really dominated them up front, and that's what they had to do, man. So you got to give kudos to those 5 guys up front because they played their tails off last night.
100%. And the only name you heard was 53 because they were getting past that D-line level. Lomas, you brought up the big guys up front. I thought it was just me that noticed, but the difference between the Rams and the Lions, man, it was physicality. Like, just every player from the Rams almost got knocked out the game. Like, the Lions bought that wood. You know what that means? We play back in the day. Like, they bring that wood. That mean they hitting hard. So just talk about the physicality of the Detroit Lions last night.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm telling you, man, little fella, man, CJ, man, I'm telling you, man, Gardner,
Tasmanian
man,
devil.
He brings it. I'm telling you, he gets them boys hyped up, man. Heck, he be getting me hyped up when I see him in the tunnel heading to the game, man.
Yeah.
Have me ready to try to scrap it on again, man. He's always high motor, always high intensity. He says the right things too. It ain't just, you know how it is, Braylon. You can have
it's not empty talk.
Just talks all the time to hear himself talk. He ain't like that. He's
Nope.
not like that. What he says has meaning to it, and I think that's why them guys respect him. Alexander Zaloni, he out there playing down here, laying down the wood, like you say.
Yeah.
Man, everybody, Aiden was bringing it, man. They were holding them as they always do in every game, man. But he was still getting back there, man.
Panay.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah, oh yeah. So I mean, it's just been all around, man. It's been an all around effort, man. Like you say, Panay Sewell up front, man. All those guys, they bring that physicality, but guess what? That's Dan Campbell type football.
Hey, Lo, that first quarter, that first half was immaculate. It was just beautiful, and it's a shame that the referees took that offside play away. That the Lions probably could have put that game away in the first half had they gotten that offsides right. They called that play wrong. And then the Lions after that, I don't know, man. I don't know what happened to the offense after that. I just want to ask you if you had any worries after that first half was over, because 1 field goal only in the second half.
Yeah, the thing about it, man, is teams are going to adjust.
Yeah.
Great coaches, good coaches,
Halftime
they're
adjustments.
going to adjust to you, man. They're going to win in at halftime, and you got to give McVay, you got to give Raheem Morris, the defensive coordinator for the L.A. Rams. They came out and they made adjustments to what we were doing. So, to me, you tip that to very good coaching, great coaching. Again, what did we do? We turned around, and I think we turned our game plan around on the defensive side of the ball. Because if you think about it, our defense played well towards the end. Other than, man, I tell you what, they got to start.
Puka.
I know you don't talk about him, man.
Oh my God.
Puka.
Man, he was killing us last night. Hey, he's good, Braylon. I ain't
Hey,
gonna lie
Lomas.
to you. Some of them catches he was making, bruh.
It's not just the Lions. He did that to the Ravens in Baltimore.
Yeah,
He's like that.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I mean, he make the contested catches.
Think about that,
He
man.
big and he can run after he get the ball. They got a nice star in him, man.
Yeah.
Let me say this, Bray. I've always, Lomas, I've always been hard on the kicking game here, but Jack Fox was unbelievable, and Michael Badgley from 54 yards out,
Didn't know he had it in
bang.
him.
You know what? He came through when you needed him, man. That was huge.
That's what we needed. We needed to see that. Think about it. We needed to see that, man. And like you say, he came through, man. I mean, look, I'm not shocked by Jack Fox, man. This dude is, man, he got I don't know what type of leg that is. He has the great thing about him, though, man, all his punts have hang time on it, man. I mean, all of them do, man. And that's the great thing about him. He gonna give the special teams a chance to get up under those punts, you know, and to cause chaos, man, because of how high he kicks it up there. So we know we got a weapon with him, man. We just needed to find out if our kicker could perform under pressure, and he did.
Hey, Lomas, how good is this football team? How many more can they go? Can they win it all?
I mean, they're in the dance. I mean, they're in the dance right now, man. And you can't just I don't think you could put a limit on it, to be honest with you, man. You know, we have to see what's going to happen tonight. But I don't think you could put a limit on what can happen this year. I really don't, man. What I always say, and I played in two of those things, those Super Bowls, and one of them is that all the stars have to align right for you to win the Super Bowl, you know, throughout the whole season. Everything has to line up right for you, and the stars have to fall in place. And that's what seems to be going on with this team right now. Think about it. For him, Jared, to beat Matthew Stafford, man, that seemed like could be one of the toughest patterns to get there. You know, you never know what's going to happen, who we're going to face next, man. But I feel so confident in these guys that, hey, they can win each game. If they take each game by game, they can win each game out.
Lomas, you have been involved with this organization in one way or the other for parts of 5 decades. 80s, 90s, 2000s, the 10s, the teen, whatever, the 20s.
Don't date that man.
So, well, I'm just saying. Why did these guys get it right? How did these guys get it right?
You know, I've always said, man, that this was the best coaching staff that I've been around since '85. Hands down, this is the best coaching staff I think the Lions have had, you know. And I think that coupled with Brad Holmes. Now, we had a good front office when I was here. You know, Kevin Colbert and all those guys, they went on to Pittsburgh to win multiple Super Bowls. They were here until Matt Millen decided he didn't want them here. But we had a great front office. But I think now with this coaching staff, because think about it, man, you got all these ex-players. You got Randall L., who has Super Bowl experience. But I've said since this coaching staff has been here, if I could come off the field, if I'm having a tough time on the field and I can come off, and my coach that I'm coming off the field to is a guy that played the same position I played and knows what I'm going through, that just gives me a sense of comfort. You know what I'm saying? You get a sense of comfort about that as a player because this guy has been there, done that. And I just think, you know, they got the right mix of coaches there. And I think that's what's taking them over the top. I know I would say probably with us, you know, if we had that coaching staff, man, the sky would have been the limit.
Loma, it's funny you talk about the former players on the coaching staff. Steve Hyden was my tight end when I was in Cleveland. Hank Fraley was the center when I was in Cleveland. And Mark Brunell was the backup quarterback when I was with the New York Jets. So you talk about those backup players. All have tremendous experience. Hank Fraley with the Eagles, and then Mark his years with Jacksonville. So you got a hell of a staff. The guys I even played with. Damn, does that make me old? Go ahead, man. Getting up there, man.
You getting up there. You getting up there. That list of players getting up there, Bray.
Yeah. Hey, pipe down.
Hey, Lomas, I know being at Ford Field early, I was there early just like you, and they had the Dallas game on the big screen, and every time the Packers scored, that crowd went, it was like a home game, watching that Packers-Cowboys game. It brought me so much joy to see it. But I want to ask you this. That Packer team is on the rise. The Lions, on the rise. The Bears, on the rise. The Vikings, a quarterback if they get Kirk Cousins back. That's the best division in football all of a sudden.
Hey, look, that's why I say we got to get it done this year.
Yep.
Whatever we going to do, we got to do it this year. Because like you say, man, this division is only getting better, man.
Yeah.
Jordan Love looks good, man. And
Woo.
I'm telling you, like you said, man, the Bears could flip their organization with this draft that's coming up. So you're right. It's getting bigger. It's getting better and better. Seem like each and every year. So that's why I say you put a sense of urgency if you're the Lions on what you're going to get accomplished this year, and stuff, because it's going to be some tough roles ahead, going up against these teams. But I'm glad I think our window with what we have here, I think our window should be open the next 3, 4, even maybe 5 years. Our window, I think, should be open.
Easy.
And it starts this year. Lomas Brown, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks,
no, it was a long night, and we always look forward to speaking with you, and can't wait to do it again next week. How about that?
Appreciate it, man. Y'all take care.
You got it. The great Lomas Brown. You can follow him on Twitter, on X, at Lomas Brown 75. We will get a break in, come right back. More Lions talk. And who would you like to see tonight? Will you watch this game a little bit?
We're scouting now.
First scouting. But first, a message from the Hamlin Pub.
Have you ever wanted a bar where you're a regular? We have just the place for you. Head to one of Hamlin Pub's 7 locations and experience where everyone is a regular. Whether you're enjoying half-off pizza on a Thursday or game day specials available during all Michigan sports and NFL games, Hamlin Pub is the place. Visit a location today and experience your new favorite pub for all things sports.
Have you ever wondered where all the finest restaurants get their steaks? It's Fairway Packing Company, providing Michigan restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef for over 60 years. But now you can buy these cuts of meat for yourself at the Steak Shop by Fairway Packing Company. Prime porterhouse, A5 Japanese New York strip steak, dry-aged Wagyu beef tomahawk. Delicious. Get to the Steak Shop today. Enjoy fine wine, have a private party, and get the finest cuts of meat anywhere. The Steak Shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods, or order online, fairwaypacking.com.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists, and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Hey gang, I want to tell you about our merchandise here at Woodward Sports Network. You tired of wearing the same old Detroit sports merch? It is a new era in sports wearables. New designs, amazing apparel, the ultimate swag. Check out Woodward Sports' latest gear at woodwardsports.com. Click shop. Hoodies, tees, hats, all ages. Everybody can enjoy some Woodward Sports merch. All you have to do is go to the website, woodwardsports.com. Click on the shop tab. How about that?
How about
That's all you got to do.
Look at that. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, JB is here, Pete Spivak is here, and the great Tom Mazaway is here as well. I just want to put a bow on our Jared Goff conversation. Tom Mazaway, he is our premier pet player of the
Pet
game.
Supply player of the game
There you
is
go.
Jared Goff. He couldn't have played better than he did yesterday. At least that first half was immaculate. And if the refs gave the Lions their due, they might have scored another touchdown in that first half, too. Took that offsides away and blamed it on Taylor Decker for some reason. He didn't outmove a muscle, by the way. So, Jared Goff, congratulations. You are this week's Premier Pet Supply player of the game. Some of his numbers, Ryan?
22 of 27 for 277 and a touchdown.
How about it? No turnovers whatsoever. Got a game ball from Dan Campbell. So congrats. Give your pet the best, folks. Premier Pet Supply, hands down, Michigan's best pet store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. 60 brands of food at the lowest prices available. Give them a try today. PremierPetSupply.com.
You know, it's so interesting, too. You take that ball, you take the you take the opening kickoff, and you go down the field and score a touchdown. The entire game is different at that point. The entire complexion of the game is changed at that point. And then not only that, for your defense to really tighten up, and that defense really tightened up down inside the red zone to hold the LA Rams to no touchdowns inside the red zone. Their touchdowns came on long plays. They did not score a touchdown when they got the ball inside the red zone. 3 field goals.
Yeah,
I got to ask you something.
No, please go ahead.
No, finish that first.
A week ago, we talked about, offensive coordinators, would they rank certain offensive coordinators, head coach, et cetera. Well, the number one overall defensive coordinator, period, as ranked by players was who, man? It was Aaron Glenn.
Aaron Glenn.
Sometimes you got to know how to play a bend but don't break defense. We know on the back end they're still figuring it out with the DB situation. They played better in the second half. We know they're figuring it out. C.J. Gardner-Johnson really played well but still getting back into the rhythm of football. They just decided, we're going to let Puka Nacua go off, but nothing else will happen. Great defensive coordinators, it's like basketball. Look, some guys are going to get their points. You make sure you give them as many points as they want, shut everybody else down. And also, that's why they play in space. When you're way out, it's easy to score a longer touchdown. But as you start chomping up, getting closer and closer to the red zone, what happens, Ryan? The field shortens up, and that's where the Lions played amazingly. When they couldn't hit Cooper Kupp on that first red zone series that they had, Matt Stafford couldn't hit him on a little wheel route that they always do, and eventually they almost picked it off a couple of times. They saw it. I said, this is going to be a long day for the Rams because that's what they run. You got down there, the Lions shored up. They were physical at the point of attack. Matt Stafford got sacked a couple times in the red zone. That's where I knew the Lions defense came to play that day.
That's what I was going to ask you about Cooper Kupp. They basically took him out of the game. I thought he was very non-Cooper Kupp-ish. He wasn't even finishing his plays.
As good as Puka Nacua is, as great, because he's great. For
my God.
As great as Puka Nacua is, as great as his numbers were, even in that game, Cooper Kupp is still Matthew Stafford's number one option. He's the guy he's looking for. He had 9 targets, but he only had 27 yards.
Yeah.
They figured that out. They said Puka can have as many as he needs. We're going to take Kupp out because it's going to make Matt Stafford uncomfortable.
Let me just bounce back and forth for a minute, guys. This is Dan Campbell. I want you to hear what he had to say about his quarterback. Haven't heard that yet. Here's Dan Campbell on Jared Goff.
Just really proud of him, and what he means to us and his play today. And I bring it back again. He's one of the reasons that we won this division, and he's another reason why we just won our first playoff game here in 30 years. So, what a stud. I just thought he played top-notch football, He probably had 2 errors, and everything else I thought he was on point. He looked loose. He looked relaxed. I thought he threw the ball with conviction, was strong in the pocket, got us in the right play, and he felt that way all week.
So there you have it. Dan Campbell talking about his quarterback. Just a special night at Ford Field. We will continue to talk about it next. But first, a message from Braylon Edwards.
Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer with 18 locations. That means there's a dealership near you, probably in your own backyard. All you got to do is go to feldmanauto.com. Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class, let me repeat that, first-class car buying experience. It's called the Feldman Advantage. So do yourself a favor, take advantage.
At Planet Fitness, you can get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this?
You don't know how to use it?
This is better.
Join now through January 12th for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Never intimidating, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Join today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, January 12th.
Over 50 Metro Detroit locations.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
There you go. Sorry, I had to take a sip of water there, guys. I apologize. For over 60 years, Fairway Packing Company has provided Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef, Wagyu beef, and dry-aged beef. You should celebrate that Lions win with a steak that you can cook at your own house, on your grill, in your oven, on your stovetop, however you want to cook that bad boy. Enjoy it. Fairway Packing. You don't have to go to one of those fancy restaurants to get that beautiful cut of meat. Pause. Visit the steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods for grab-and-go steaks, or you can order online. Fairwaypacking.com. Fairwaypacking.com.
I know this. We were fighting for the 2 seed, and to get another home game, and we got another home game. So it's awesome, and we had to earn that, and we earned that with a win today.
And there you see it, a great man.
There you go. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, folks. Don't want that to be fallen by the wayside today, despite the fact that the Detroit Lions won their first playoff game in over 30 years. Want to remember that great man as well.
When was the last time the Pistons won on MLK Day?
When's the last time they won?
Not long.
Let's start there.
Guys, those fans, and Maz, you could speak to this better than anybody.
Oh, yes, I could.
It sounded like on the TV, like the loudest professional sports venue we've ever seen live. I know Dan Wetzel commented on it.
Yeah, did.
So he's been covering games his whole adult life in every sport, every
He's
state.
been everywhere.
Nothing compared to Ford Field last night. Dave Portnoy, who is a Patriots fan who won 6 Super Bowls, said he's never heard anything so loud in his life. Everybody that was in the building said it was incredible. Maz, I'll come to you first here as being the guy in the building.
I said I my ears hurt so good. Honestly, they were ringing. You really couldn't hear each other. Like if I wanted to talk to Terry Foster, I had to get right up on him and talk to him. Pause, by the way. Anyway, it was a phenomenal atmosphere. I can't explain the way it sounded. It was almost like a vacuum. And when the referees were messing with the clock with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left, remember that?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
4 minutes, 20 seconds, the crowd is at its peak. They're screaming. It is a 3rd down and 4 at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And the referee stops play. We don't know what the hell he's doing. That gives the Rams some time to talk. And then he says, the clock's right. Everything is good. No kidding, pal. You just fixed the clock a second ago. You said put 4:20 on the clock. They couldn't hear him when he was talking to put 4:20 on the clock. Nobody could hear him. That's how loud it was. So remember when the Dallas game happened against the Lions and we didn't know, Dan Skipper checked in, blah, blah, blah. There was a chance that maybe they did not hear the referee talking on the mic. I finally got there and I said to myself, I guess it could be that they didn't hear because you couldn't hear diddly. And then what happens? They get a holding penalty, fall out of field goal range. Dan Campbell, smart, pushed them back 10 yards to give them a 61-yard field goal instead of a 51-yard field goal. And then they hold Nakua. We get away with it.
Yep.
And they punt. I'm still shocked that they punted.
I am too.
I am shocked
I am
that
too.
they punted.
That could have been like around
it's 4th and 14, you're in plus territory. I'm shocked.
Couldn't it have been like a 60-yard? Maher doesn't have that?
He has it, but he misses extra points. Last year, remember, against Tampa Bay,
he
Dallas.
did.
He missed 5 extra points.
Yeah, he did. I appreciate what you said about the refs, but they cheated in Dallas.
Yeah.
I'm still sticking with
I know that.
They definitely
I know
still
that.
cheated. But let me ask you this, Maz and Ryan. Is it because usually when games are in the playoffs, teams have been there before?
Would have been, I'm sorry, Bray, 61-yard attempt it would have been, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I said.
Teams have been to playoffs before. They usually get playoff games. So the noise is just about trying to win. I think the noise last night, which we've hit on, but maybe not put it all together, is it's people's elation. It's years of built up like letdown after letdown after letdown. Like fans were cheering like absolutely through their core of their soul. And I think that's what made it louder. Like these fans have been cheering. They've been waiting for this. Most teams get in the playoff. They've seen the playoff. They've seen a win. They've even seen the Super Bowl. I think that noise is so loud because this is a first that they were witnessing, and they were louder than ever.
I don't know if they could duplicate being that loud. And I know you're in the divisional round, but that last night was so special. You got a guy coming in that played 12 years here. You got a guy that got
Best
traded for
storyline
him.
ever.
You can't write up what last night was.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll ever feel like it felt last night. If they keep winning, it will. And God knows if they could get an NFC Championship game there, holy hell, the roof might break. The roof might come off.
Talk about a home field advantage, and it really is a home field advantage. And Burkett tweeted this out last night, and they were pointing this out on the broadcast too. The fans caused LA to use 2 timeouts in the second half, early in the second half, which ultimately could have potentially cost them the game. Could have been the reason why they lost that game. They didn't have timeouts at the end. They couldn't stop Detroit. They couldn't stop the clock. And it was the fans and how loud it was to where the Rams burned 2 timeouts early in that second half.
Can we do this too? Let me get this out in the open. Like, so many people that are borderline Lions fans or maybe still scorn Lions fans are still waiting for the wheels to fall off. Stop with the narrative that they tried to give the game away. That's what I've been hearing lately. Oh, they almost found a way to get, but they didn't.
Never gave the lead up, Braylon.
They never gave the lead up. Aaron Glenn made tremendous adjustments in the halfway through the third and in the fourth quarter. They didn't give the lead up. They won the game. That's how you have to win in the playoff. Games are tight. Games are close. Good teams find ways to win. And that's what the Lions did. They never relinquished the lead. So, no, I don't want to hear the stuff about they tried. They didn't try to do anything but win, is what they did.
It was a lousy weekend of football. Lousy. 3 lousy games. And then yesterday, I know what happened in Buffalo in the weather.
Texas game was fun to watch.
I'm not taking away the Buffalo weather. I'm not. But yesterday was the first time in my entire life, and I've watched football since I was 8 years old, to this, that there was not a 1 o'clock Sunday game on the wild card weekend.
What about the Saturday game? I mean, Maz, we're going to play Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Forget Monday.
4:30 and 8. 4:30 and 8.
Yeah.
4:30 and 8.
What happened to 1?
That was horrible.
It's terrible.
What happened to 1? What is it, a dinosaur?
I was like excited. I was gonna go to my mom's house, watch the game. You know what I'm saying? Kick it with her. Like 1 to 1 o'clock game. Now 4:30. I'm like,
Our game is 3 o'clock on Sunday coming up. What happened to 1?
Only Tom Mazaway could talk about the Lions and the fans and then say, "But the game times."
Where's our 1 o'clock game?
Jack Campbell.
They want you to get a chance to go to
I'm
church.
I'm sorry. I went to church on Saturday, so I can be
What is
locked in
going
on
on
Sunday.
in your brain where you're just like, you have it all here. You have it.
It's
all
coming out of different parts
here.
though.
Bro, the first thing I thought of is, what network has our game?
Yeah.
Who has our game?
That's fine.
NBC.
Yeah, I know.
And when did they get the Sunday game?
I know.
The
What
Sunday
happened?
game?
Yeah.
Where's my old league? Where is it? 4:30 on a Monday? I'm watching a playoff game?
On Peacock.
Peacock, you suck, by the way. They're going to give you all these numbers. It's the biggest stream game. No crap it is. They've never done it before.
Biggest live event.
What a lie. And you know what? I got it on my TV. My wife's in the back playing cards with her friends. She wants to watch the game. Guess what?
Can't do
it. Won't work.
That's true.
It only worked on one TV.
You got
Go to hell.
So bad.
You got to cast it off your phone.
Go to hell.
So bad.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what we were talking about, but that's
The fans.
okay.
Oh, we're talking
How loud
about
it was.
That's okay, Mavs. You waited a long time. We've waited a long time.
Sunday
for
at
this
1
day.
o'clock. You know what I watched? The Sopranos.
I started that again too. The 25th anniversary.
Yeah, I'm on the 6th season already. I'm almost done.
Damn.
Again.
I'm on episode 2.
Sunday, wild card weekend, I'm watching The Sopranos.
What a shame.
Come on, NFL.
What a
Be
shame.
better.
Hey,
3 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday.
It's all about the bread.
Monday is your emergency night.
You want to have some fun for a little bit?
Let's do that.
I thought we were.
Let me just show you some of the names between Eric Kramer and Jared Goff, starting quarterbacks in this organization, in this franchise. Look at all those starting quarterbacks between
Stoney Case,
Eric Kramer, and Jared Goff, playoff quarterback to playoff quarterback. Dave Craig, Don Mikowski, Rodney Peete, Andre Ware,
Frank
Scott
Reich.
Mitchell, Charlie Batch, Gus Farrat, Frank Reich,
He's the
Stoney
head coach
Case,
now.
Ty
Right.
Detmer. Remember the 7 interceptions?
Yeah.
Mike McMahon, remember him? How about Joey Harrington? You see Joey Harrington
He's
tweeting
tweeting.
out?
Yeah.
I'm happy. Thank
Kudos
you,
to
Joey.
you. How great is that?
That's great.
Good for you. Sean Hill, Drew Stanton, Dante Culpepper, Dan Orlovsky, John Kitten. Remember Jeff Garcia?
100%.
Oh, my gosh. Matthew Stafford, David Blau, Jeff Driscoll. Holy Toledo.
You know what's funny about that list is there's a lot of guys on the list that made the Pro Bowl. None of them happened here.
Who jammed his neck?
Gus
Farrat.
Farrat. Yeah.
Gus Farrat
In
jammed his
in Washington.
neck. Yes.
In Washington.
Jammed his neck trying to celebrate a touchdown.
I actually ran routes with him, and when I was coming out for the draft, he was my quarterback in Denver.
Really?
When I was
Quarterback.
training for the combine.
Who are you guys rooting for tonight? Are you rooting for anybody?
Yes.
Have you picked
I
a
am.
side?
Yes, of course.
Tampa.
I want Tampa. I don't want anything to do with Philly. And you know why, right? Because
No.
what did I say from when the day they traded the
Swift.
DeAndre
Swift would
Swift?
play.
And here it is, guys. Make fun of me. Here it is. You're going to play Philadelphia? DeAndre Swift for a 4th-round pick in 2050? That's what you gave him up for?
Hey.
Instead of riding the bench here with us, he's on that team.
Hey, listen.
I want the Eagles.
I kind of want the. I don't
want nothing to do with that.
Listen, I don't care who we play, but I kind of am rooting for the Eagles tonight. I want to see.
It's like Michigan, Alabama.
Listen, I want to see Ben Johnson and Jared Goff carve up that fat slob POS Matt Patricia. You slob.
Yeah.
Put your friggin' pencil behind your ear and get carved up by Ben Johnson and Matthew Stafford. You slob. Sir, you are a slob.
He did lose weight. He looks pretty good now.
What a piece of crap. I think I hate Matt Patricia, and I don't hate anybody, but I hate Matt Patricia.
Yeah, I do too.
Because of the way he treated these players when they were here.
Yeah.
He treated these players like they were absolute trash. And they didn't fight for him. They didn't want to play for him. And he single-handedly, him and his buddy Bob Quinn, set this franchise back many, many years. Freaking slob.
But it only turned out to be 3 years, right?
God.
And the
Think
crazy
about
thing-
that.
And that shows you how good
Yeah,
Brad
but we had
Holmes
to
is.
sit through the years that they were
I
here.
know that.
I was going to say, and it's crazy because when you have a coach like Dan Campbell who is the complete opposite, and it happens that fast, you really get to see how bad Matt Patricia was. S-L-O-B. Slob.
I was talking about Matt Patricia, not you, Tom.
If you remember, we beat Tampa Bay earlier in the year.
That was it. Shots fired. Come on, man. Do better, Ryan. Do better, Ryan. Did you guys hit the bar before I got to work?
Come on.
Y'all boys over here fooling, man. All right, man.
That was good, right? That was a good one.
Oh my God. Go to break. Go to break. It's break time anyway. Money at Swiss. Money that was mad at the first message from Swiss.
Do you have football on the brain like us? Of course you do. This college football season was amazing. This NFL season is winding down. But you know what you can't wind down on? Shopping your home and auto insurance. Shop it like a pro with the pros at Swiss Insurance. They cover us here at WSN, and they should be covering you as well. Ask for Mark at Swiss Insurance today at swissins.com, or as always, give them a call at 248-800-4177. Swiss Insurance.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Here we go, Sunday, 12-3. Guess what? Lions won like we told you they would, so now they got another home game. It just depends on who they're going to play, whether it's Philly or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but it doesn't matter because Lions VIP tailgate is on and popping. Get your tickets at bullseyeeventgroup.com, sponsored by Laundry. Great people, great fun. Eastern Market, Shed 5. It's going to turn up. And I guarantee you it'll be a little warmer than it was last week. Psych, I'm lying. Come on down, Lions VIP tailgate, Woodward Sports Network. We'll be in the building.
All right, gang, let's go around the NFL. Tom Mazaway. We'll take a look at Wildcard Weekend.
Yes, sir.
The weekend that was and still going, by the way.
Hey, we'll start it off with Saturday's games. Houston, wow. Houston, C.J. Stroud, wow. Did they lay a beating on the Cleveland Browns? Did they chase poor Joe Flacco all over the place in that game? I take my hat off to Joe Flacco, but what happened to that Jim Schwartz defense? I know a couple of pick sixes, but the Texans dominated that game. Bray, you called that one.
Yeah, I like the energy down there in Texas. Like I said, I got a chance to talk to Laramie Tunzel, their outstanding left tackle, while I was down there, and I just saw it in his eyes that they were going to come out and destroy Cleveland. Also, Joe Flacco, we talked about this. He likes to take chances because he's one of the older school quarterbacks. They have a lot of interceptions to get to those big plays they have. So when you're playing against a team like this, fast and physical defense, I knew they would turn the ball over a couple times. I didn't know it would be a beatdown like this, but I knew the Texans would win.
3 touchdowns for C.J. Stroud. Here's his head coach, D'Amico Ryans.
C.J. is the reason why we're in this position. He's special young man, special player, continues to shine no matter how big the moment is. Like, our whole team is leaning on him, and he has the shoulders to carry that weight, and he shows up week after week. He continues to improve week after week. No moment is too big for him. The confidence that he gives our entire team, it's so cool to watch, and we're looking forward to keep moving on.
Maz and Ryan, quick question. Is this the greatest rookie season by a quarterback in NFL history?
It's a great question, and I think this rookie absolutely
worst to first and playoff win.
So
I don't think there's even a comparison.
Right. Well, so that's what I was. So this question is out there, and just the fact that you won a playoff game, and then people were saying, "Well, Brock Purdy won 2 last year." Here's the difference, and again, anytime you try to prop somebody up, it sounds like you have to bash somebody else,
right.
And that's certainly not the case. But when you look at the roster that Brock Purdy is dealing with, it felt like San Francisco was winning with Brock Purdy. And I'm not going to crap on Brock Purdy,
Right.
but it feels like Houston is winning because of C.J. Stroud. He is elevating, absolutely elevating that entire roster that won, 2 games last year?
2.
So I think you absolutely have to say that C.J. Stroud is having the best single season a rookie quarterback has ever had. I know Dan Marino went to the Super Bowl, but I'll be honest with you, I got nothing for that. I wasn't around. I didn't see it. Maz, you probably have more history than I would on that, what that year was like. But in my lifetime, 44 years old, I guess Marino happened in 83.
Yeah. It was a great year, by the way.
I mean, this roster was a 2-win roster.
I agree.
They have a first-year head coach. They have a first-year quarterback. And they won a division and won a playoff game. Hard to argue, man. Hard to argue.
Where did Nico Collins get drafted?
2017, third.
No, really?
They got a bunch of nondescript guys on this team
Nico
that are
Collins
playing at
had
all
first
pro.
round
They're
talent.
playing at all pro caliber.
I don't even I don't even compare the Purdy situation because Purdy didn't take over until game 8.
Can I just say, no, I knew Nico, just a correction on Nico Collins, 2021, because I remember he sat out that 2020 COVID year.
Oh, I thought you said in that second round.
Yeah.
My bad.
No,
yeah, you're right. Yeah,
he
okay.
sat out that
That's
COVID
right.
year.
He did.
Boy, did he show up.
Yep.
This whole season.
Yeah.
Like he's showing up. But it goes back. And think about this. No one's even talking about this. They're doing this without Tank Dell.
Yeah. Right.
Tank Dell was their number one receiver.
He was something.
Before he got hurt. And then Nico Collins really emerged. Imagine if they had Tank Dell.
Amen.
Man.
Crazy,
they were great.
man.
Congrats to the Texans.
Absolutely.
They wait to see what happens today to where they play next. And the Chiefs, they showed up. They're not playing very well. And they beat the ass on that Dolphin team.
They did what?
Yeah, they did.
They beat that ass.
They did.
On that Dolphin team.
Dude, speaking of quarterbacks, do the Dolphins need a new one?
They might.
And I mean that in all sincerity.
Yeah.
Now, Tua Tagovailoa is one of 9 quarterbacks to play every game this year. And that is saying something after we thought he was all dead and concussed all over the place. We didn't even talk about Matthew Stafford and his concussion. But
hell of a game.
But Tua, man, I know the elements were crazy, but both teams got to play in them.
Yeah.
Both teams had to play in the same elements. Everything felt like it had to be perfect for them.
Yeah, too. And by the way, it's the AFC. Most places you're going to play in January are going to be cold. Unless you can win your division, which this year you proved you can, it's going to be cold. You might be onto something. I mean, remember when Brian Flores, when he was a head coach, he wanted Justin Herbert. They got to it. They wanted to it. They were very unhappy. Maybe that was the beginning of the end for them. But when everything's right and you're playing against teams that aren't necessarily that good, or they have to come down to that humidity, which we already know about the stadium, how it's slanted on one side where the air conditioning is clearly on their side and the humidity is on the other team's side. Unless you're playing at the Hard Rock, is this who you are? Because I don't want to hear anything about the cold weather because Patrick Mahomes had to play in that same thing.
Kansas City has won 16 straight home playoff games.
Damn.
And Patrick Mahomes, the second most home playoff wins in NFL history, ties Joe Montana. The guy's played 7 years.
It'll have to go on the road for the first time this.
He might.
Maybe.
Did you?
How about the Dolphins? Haven't won a playoff game in 24 years.
So they now have the longest streak in the NFL. Haven't won a playoff game since 2000.
We're very happy to pass that along to Miami.
Here you go. Take that.
Absolutely.
With Patrick Mahomes, did you notice what they did in the game, which is what I've been waiting for them to do all season long? He threw the ball to 2 people. He threw the ball to Rashee Rice, he threw the ball to Travis Kelce, and he handed the ball off to Isaiah Pacheco. That's how you get away from all those drops and all those mistakes and us blaming Kadarius Toney. Stop throwing them the ball.
I thought Mike McDaniel, by the way, had a terrible game too. I mean, they needed their playmaker to make a play, 2 catches and a touchdown. It was like that. And then they didn't do anything to get him the ball ever again. Didn't do anything to get him over. This offensive genius did not do anything to get him the ball again after that.
Sometimes, man, those moments, sometimes when you get in those moments that those lights are bright. We talked about Jared Goff and how he handled the lights last night. Mike McDaniel didn't seem like he handled the lights well in Kansas City, so we'll have to see what he does next year.
Let's go to yesterday's game, the 4:30 early game. Yesterday, the Dallas Cowboys at home Yeah. The Green Bay Packers smashed them. Put 48 points up on the board at Jerry World. And then 32 for Dallas, but most of them in junk time when the game was way over. Ford Field was going nuts, guys, when it was 27-0.
Yeah.
You had
the silent stat of the weekend that nobody was talking about was the fact that Green Bay was 9-1 in their last 10 games against the Dallas Cowboys. Not 9-1 against the spread. Straight up, 9 wins, 1 loss.
How does that happen?
In their last 10 games. That seems to be just a team that's got that team's number.
Wow. They're different teams.
It was
it's amazing.
Jordan Love, man. Boy, was I wrong about that kid. Boy, was I wrong about that kid.
You want to know what it is, right? The straw that stirs the drink. It's Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones has been injured all year.
Yeah.
He is now the hottest running back in the NFL the past 4-5 weeks.
Right.
This guy is dangerous. This Green Bay team is the youngest team in the NFL. They've got rookie records up and down this year.
Yeah.
They are going to be here for a long time. And they got a great coach. And I just want to know how Aaron Rodgers was sitting watching that game yesterday.
2 things. Well, 3 things. 1, he's pissed. Now 2 things. 1, their best wide receiver is Jaden Reed, and he didn't even have a catch. Let that sink in.
Yep.
Their best wide receiver didn't have a catch, and they blew him out like that.
Romeo Doubs was amazing.
2, what I tell you about Dak Prescott before the season started?
I don't get it.
Dak's gonna Dak.
I don't get it.
It sucks to say this because Brock Purdy, because here incoming Brock Purdy and Tom Brady and blah, blah, blah. He's a 4th-round quarterback. Let it stop there. All the guys we're talking about winning at the highest level, they're 1st-round quarterbacks. Jared Goff's no exception. Matt Stafford's no exception. Insert Lamar Jackson, no exception. Patrick Mahomes, no exception. He's a 4th-round quarterback. So can we stop asking, can he change? Can he be this? Can he get him over the hump? He's a 4th-round quarterback. That's what 4th-round quarterbacks do.
But there aren't many quarterbacks better than him still.
No, they're not.
That's
but
the thing.
No, you're right. But I'm saying every year it's can he do this? No. He's shown you what he can do. He can be a really good regular season quarterback, really good at home, and really good when he has a lead. That's who Dak Prescott is.
What's missing on this team? It seems that they got it all.
The coach. It starts at the top. And I know Mike McCarthy has won 12-5, 12-5, 12-5, Dan Quinn. But when they run the ball to Micah Parsons, how bad has Dan Quinn's defenses look?
Bad.
When Mike McCarthy
I was just going to say, you talk about coaching, man. I think Dan Quinn, in a must-have game, you've got a first-year quarterback. Boy, Dan Quinn to allow 48 points to the Packers.
He was going to be a head coach going into that
It's
game.
like the Super Bowl.
The
Atlanta Super Bowl.
The Buffalo Bills got him pretty good this year. Anybody they played.
The Dolphins.
The Dolphins.
The Dolphins gashed him.
Dan Quinn, a little bit fraudulent, maybe.
Yeah.
Or at least, I don't want to call him a fraud, but at least it's not as good as this,
For a head coach like Maz, when you're a head coach, and I take this from Rex Ryan, you're prepared, especially a playoff game. I've never seen a playoff game at home. Always on the road with the Jets. Can you imagine being a head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, you're playing the Green Bay Packers at home, and your team doesn't look prepared? Your team doesn't look ready. Your team is out of sorts. Guys are lining up on the wrong side. That starts at the top, man.
I forgot who had this stat out there, too. I don't know if I saw it on ESPN or if I saw it on Twitter. The Green Bay Packers have more playoff wins at the Jerry Dome than the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
That is something that
I got news for you.
Bill Belichick's going there.
Bill Belichick
by the end of the week.
Bill Parcells went.
But Jerry
Belichick.
But Bill Belichick likes control, and Jerry.
He'll talk to Parcells. Hey, Bill, how'd you do it? How'd you do it? This is what you do.
Guys, let me tell you about Guardian Alarm. They're your local security experts that have been for over 90 years. You see this black and yellow sign out in front of your house that tells the bad guys one thing.
Stay out.
Whether you are at home or on the road, they're 24/7 professional monitoring, customized solutions from real experts, and technology backed by people means you are backed by the best. Call this number right here, 1-800.
Stay out.
That number again, 1-800.
Stay out.
Call them today. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
Stay out.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabriel Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com. Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Guys, let me tell you about Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. That's right. What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. They offer the same great service that customers have come to know. And especially if you want to get your car winterized as well, need a service appointment, head to any one of the Les Stanford service stations there in Ferndale, in Dearborn. Gotta get it. LesStanford.com, LesStanford.com.
Find new roads.
Find them. Woodward Sports Network on a Victory Monday in the city of Detroit. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, Tom Mazaway, Pete Spivak, and the great Jeremy Bryant, JB, in the house. Some college football news to pass along. But first, I do want to reference one of the big storylines that's being talked about over the last 12 hours or so, and that is Matthew Stafford. Here's what he said at the podium. This is courtesy of Corey Woods.
Yep.
This is what he had to say after the game.
When Sean McVay was up here, he said that he was happy for Jared Goff and whatnot through their time together. You've been here in Detroit for your first 12 seasons. Just how do you feel about the city of Detroit?
I'm happy for the players. Happy for those guys.
Matt, you showed.
I know that's what he said. I am going to give Matt Stafford a pass for the first time all week.
Why?
Because all week long he has done nothing but give the city love. After the emotional game last night, I'm just not sure he was. I don't want to speak for Matt Stafford, but I'll say I don't think that you're in the right frame of mind afterwards. I don't think you care about anything anymore. I did hear Jennifer Hammond saw Kelly Stafford on her way out, and Kelly gave her a smile and said, "I am so happy for you guys. Like it sucks to lose, but if we had to lose, this is like full circle. I'm really happy for you guys. Enjoy it." How much more can a player tell the people in one city that he loves them?
How hard was it just to say it then?
Maz, hold on. Hear me out for a second. I'm agreeing with Ryan. I'm going to give him grace, but I'm going to take it further. Did you see the play that everybody's talking about that should have been a rough in the pass, or it should have been an illegal hit, or should have been something? Hell, I think it
could have been roughing, late hit, and they stepped on him too.
It should have been everything, all right? In that moment, you see his head hit the ground. You see his eyes, like it looked like Tua.
He's concussed.
It was very reminiscent of Tua, and you see him and this is why I got to give this man the utmost respect. And we saw this in Detroit. He plays through whatever. He gives it all. He lays it all on the line. But with that being said, not only was he not right in the right frame of mind after losing the game, after being booed, the loudest he's ever been booed, after the loudest stadium he's ever been in, or arena to that point, he's out of sorts. He's out of sorts about the loss. He's out of sorts about, hell, he didn't even know his name was Matt Stafford probably. That looked bad. So that's why I will give him grace, and then I'll back it up with Ryan.
You were just talking about, just want to show it for you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so sounds weird.
I mean, you could probably talk over it too.
Yeah, you can play it, Pete. Yeah.
What?
I'm sorry, I think we were miscommunicating.
Oh, yeah. No, I was talking about the Stafford eye roll I just sent you. Oh, yeah.
but anyway.
Sorry.
So, yeah.
Sorry about that, Braylon.
You guys are good. So I think you mix all that in, and I think the fact that, he's all week he was gracious. He talked about the city. He was happy for him. So I think, Maz, if you give him just a little grace and give him a second to maybe come out and say that's not what he meant. He was effed up at that podium. You saw him on the ground. I was surprised that they let Matt Stafford return to the.
We all saw it.
I couldn't believe they let him return to the game. I mean, here's the play. You got to
yeah, I don't know why that's like
you
that.
got to adjust your head,
sorry.
but just look. So I give him.
Sorry about that, guys. I
give him grace.
Said it all messed up.
No, what are you sorry for? That's easy.
Yeah. So I just give him grace.
I'll say okay. Hey, look, I love the guy.
Yeah.
I rooted for him, and I rooted for him to win a Super Bowl.
But you thought players was intentional?
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah. He paused, and he said, I'm happy for the players. When Corey asked him, you played here for 12 years. This is the city of Detroit. How are you happy for the city of Detroit and your former teammates? Yeah, I'm happy for the players. That I don't care how drunk you are, how concussed you are. He said what he said.
Yeah.
And maybe he's tired of the questions, but he easily could have just said,
look,
I'm happy for the city of Detroit.
I'm the guy that's been parading boo his ass all week long.
Yeah.
I mean, I am no apologist for Matthew Stafford, but I'm not sure there's another player that all week long could have talked about how much he loved the city and the fans.
Yeah.
I just if I didn't hear anything from him all week and then that's what he said, I just think sometimes you have to use common sense too. We all want to pick out and pick a little moment in time out. I think if you add context to all of that, I think I'm
okay either way. I don't give a damn.
Yeah,
we won, and I'll see you, man. You won your Super Bowl.
Yeah.
See you later. I don't give a damn.
Fair enough. No
Say
doubt
what you
about
want.
it. Yeah. Guys, I do want to make mention of this game tonight. We'll get to that and news regarding the Michigan Wolverines and their head coach and their quarterback and Caleb Williams and Donovan Edwards. Lots to get to next. But first, a message from Tom Mazaway.
Is it big boy time?
It is big boy
All right.
time.
Winter time in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the veal parmesan or the Southern Comfort chicken bowl. You start your day off with a great breakfast, the stuffed potato pancakes, the Santa Fe garden omelet, the lumberjack as well.
Ooh, the
Apple
lumberjack.
pie hotcakes are to die for, and they still have the gingerbread shake for a limited time at your local Big Boy.
At Planet Fitness, you can get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this?
You don't know how to use it?
This is better.
Join now through January 12th for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Never intimidating. Always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Join today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, January 12th.
Over 50 Metro Detroit locations.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Hey guys, it's Maz for Jack Labrador and jacklabrador.gg. Click on that QR code and find out how to play this awesome game. Thanks to the guys, by the way, at Jack Labrador, here with the boys last night, watching the Lions, the watch party. What a spread they put out, Pete. What'd they serve you guys?
We had fried chicken and 8 different pizzas.
Woo!
Reese's peanut butter cups.
Ooh. How about it, baby? And you can get yourself your hands on this deck of cards. Only $20. It's a new way to play rock, paper, scissors. 2 new symbols and a 3-point play to boot. Give them a try right now. JackLabrador.gg. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
Guys, a couple of games today. Oh, look at that. Oh, there's, speaking of the sideways picture, what do you got going on over there, Spivak? Maybe you're seeing sideways.
What is Spivak doing?
Doubleheader today, 4:30. You've got the Bills and the
Steelers.
The
Steelers.
I hate the fact that the Steelers made the playoffs.
The Steelers.
It's so boring. But
Mike
at least
Tomlin, baby.
Yeah, I called it.
That's your guy.
I called it.
You did.
All he does is win.
This is his
All
last
I
game.
do is win.
Will he win this?
This is his last game.
Yeah, right.
Josh Allen, man, turnover machine.
No
Pittsburgh
doubt.
could be in this game with their defense. Their offense is pathetic.
Minka Fitzpatrick.
Talk to me about this cold, Tom.
$20 an hour the Buffalo Bills put out to their people, their fans. Let's play the videos, Pete. Come and shovel out Buffalo Bills Stadium, high water tower, or whatever the hell they call it.
Can I
Rich
just say
Stadium.
something here? Can I just say something?
That's crazy.
I went out and took my trash out last night. Apologize for that sound. I went out and took my trash out last night in a full winter coat. I put gloves on, boots.
You're weak.
And I was...
We understand that.
Payback is a bitch.
Payback, yeah, that's good, Maz. You got me.
You're like a frail flower.
You
It's
got
all right.
me. But I was so freaking cold.
What's
and
wrong
I
with y'all
couldn't
too,
wait.
man?
I couldn't wait to get back inside.
Yeah.
How that guy is like out there in the elements like that, I'll never understand.
Because he's an idiot. That's why. He's a freaking idiot. Did you see the two idiots in Kansas City?
Oh, my God.
Minus 30, minus 40 wind chill.
Guy had a great body, though. I mean, he was cut.
He had traps.
If I had a body like that, I'd probably do the same thing.
You're about to. We're Planet Fitness now.
I was hoping he'd get hypothermia. I was rooting for it. I was. Anyway, take a look at what the stadium looked like this morning. This is this morning in Buffalo. They're going to play in an hour. This is this morning.
Shoot.
So they bring the people back, $20 an hour. Shovel the crap out, send it down to shoot, and we will get it out of the stadium for you. But today, there it is.
Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. That is Buffalo, Western New York, Orchard Park,
You know the
New
funny
York.
thing. You know the funny thing about that, man. Those people did it for free.
$20 an hour.
They do that with the Packers,
they
too.
would do it
They-
for
they
free.
would- yeah, they would-
They do that in Green Bay,
for free.
too, all the time.
One
They do that
because
for
you just want
Lambeau.
to get a chance to go
They
in the
would do-
stadium
yeah,
for free.
for sure.
Hell yeah.
How's it look right now, Pete?
Looks good.
Hour
That's
ago.
Looks
there we
like
go.
Josh Allen,
Look
baby.
at that.
Oh, my God. Getting to his seats. That's tough.
That is sweet.
I just don't see how the Steelers have any chance in this
Why
game.
not?
No TJ Watt.
With this weather?
Just don't see it.
I feel you. I've seen. I'm up to crazy now. I'm up to crazy.
I
Something
just don't
crazy
see
happened.
how they have any chance to stay in this game. I mean,
Running game gotta be on.
Stay in this game. I mean, like 8 points, right? I mean, that's all you need is like a 9, 8, 9, 10-point lead, and that's going to be like a 20-point lead.
Well, this is where you have to have a sliver of hope. Is the new Buffalo Bills run the ball? They run the ball with James Cook. That's how they've had a lot of success. That's what Joe Barry or Joe Brady is doing. Well, the Steelers are good at stopping the run. Yeah, even without TJ Watt. TJ Watt's more of a pass rush guy anyway. So if they can stop the run and make Josh Allen become the one that now has to beat you, maybe.
What's the biggest thing to deal with in these cold games like this? These like absolutely frigid temps.
For which position?
Any position. Just playing.
Quarterback, like, you got to take something off the ball. Did you see the beginning of the Kansas City game?
Yeah,
How Patrick
floats.
Mahomes was missing? Because the ball zips through that cold weather. Like, flies through. It's faster. The spirals are tighter. It hurts. So you got to learn how to instantly, you got to
Can't
start
imagine.
taking off before the game starts. Like, take something off. And receivers, it's just
How
going
many
to hurt.
broken fingers today?
You see my hand? You see that hand? That's
Oh,
not a made-up hand. Like, broken fingers.
I was going to say, there's your pinky. You don't have an amputated pinky.
What's
There
the
it is
spread now,
there.
right? What's
It's
the
high.
spread in that
10.
game? Still 10?
Still 10.
Yeah.
Haven't moved
Still
up
10.
10.
Yeah, but it just
I'm looking at it right here on ESPN.
once the game starts, and you saw that with the Dolphins. I mean, once the game started, You get that momentum. Right. You see, like you can roll, but just don't think about it.
Both these teams are outdoor teams. I don't think the weather bothers either one.
By the way, the line hasn't moved in either of the two games today. Steelers minus the 10 and Tampa Bay getting 3 at home.
Tampa Bay getting 3 at home. So it went up like a half a point in 2 days. It was 2.5 back
I saw
on Friday.
3 all week.
Anyway, that's tonight's game. You got that's the Joe Buck, Troy Aikman game. It's the Buccaneers, who the Lions have already beaten, against the Philadelphia Eagles, who come in losing 5 of their last 6. Matter of fact, the first team to have 10 wins and not wind up with 12 wins for the year when they started off 10-1.
That's crazy.
And they limp home. But they limp into the playoffs.
I wonder why.
I don't know what happened to
Matt
them.
Patricia.
Yeah, I know that. But I'll tell you, isn't it a new – can't you just start over? No A.J. Brown tonight. He's still nursing a knee. Plus, he scrubbed all the Eagles stuff off of his social media.
Right.
Might not see him play anymore. But can't you just start over in the playoffs, or is it you bring it in the crap with you?
You bring it in the crap with you because you bring it. You start how you finish. Like especially like that momentum at the end of the year. That's what happens in the playoffs. Like where you were that last game is probably who you're gonna be that first game of the playoffs. But with the Eagles, they've suffered all year long. Like the offense just doesn't work for them. The quarterback is broken down. But in terms of who you want to play, usually, as you say what? You never want to see a team twice. But I don't mind seeing the Bucs twice. You know why? Because the Lions are nowhere near the team they were when they beat the Bucs the last time.
In Tampa.
They're a much different team now, so it'll be like seeing a new team for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
No doubt about it.
If I had my choice, I'd rather play the Bucs.
I'd take the Eagles.
Honestly, I don't care who they play. I think the Lions are better than both these teams. And I think the Rams are better than both these teams. I honestly believe that. I think Philadelphia is broken. I think Philadelphia is absolutely broken. I don't know if they win tonight or not, but their coaching staff has not been the same since losing those 2 coordinators in the offseason.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's just the way it is. And they are a talented team, and sometimes that talent takes you so far. And that talent took them to 9 wins in 10 games. But it all caught up to them. All caught up to him.
No Shane Steichen, like you talk about a guy last year that was in the MVP race, and actually if he doesn't get hurt last year and Jalen Hurts, he probably wins the MVP last season. Shane Steichen was his guy. Shane Steichen and him turned that team around on offense and turned itself around. Without Shane Steichen, then the defense loses who? CJ. Look what CJ provided for the Lions yesterday. That's what he provided for the Eagles all last season and even in the playoffs. So you lost those 3 key elements. That's why Nick Sirianni will be out of a job tomorrow morning.
Guys, let's take a look at the divisional round schedule if we could. So there's so many different moving parts today, and based on today's games, what's going to happen. There's a game in the AFC, there's a game in the NFC, so much is still up in the air. The one thing we do know is on Saturday, the Houston Texans will play either the Baltimore Ravens or the Kansas City Chiefs. That game is on Saturday at 4:30. Green Bay will go to San Francisco. That game is at 8:15.
Is that a Fox game?
It's a Fox game. Only one game is set. Green Bay at San Francisco. Yep. Everything else is still up in the air.
Right.
Then on Sunday, you've got the Lions hosting the winner of Tampa Bay and Philadelphia. And then the night game, you've got KC or Pittsburgh at Buffalo and Baltimore.
Man,
it is a mess.
First play you think about when you saw that Green Bay and San Francisco go?
Oh, like Green Bay, San Francisco, Terrell Owens.
My man, that's why I
T.O.
love it.
Steve Young.
Yep, Steve Young.
When he's throwing, he's falling and goes. Yeah, 100%.
I love the matchup.
Because remember that game, he dropped like 7 passes. And then caught the one and got hit and scored a touchdown. So yeah, that's
crushed.
Right at the goal line.
Yep. Same play I thought about too.
Fantastic.
He still
Remember
had
Merton
braces
Hanks?
back then.
All right, guys, break
Hanks.
time. JJ McCarthy's going pro. Donovan Edwards is
staying.
We'll have that coming up. But first, a message from Fairway Packing. Guys, come to Fairway Packing for an award-winning meat selection, steak selection, prime beef, Wagyu beef, dry aged beef. You walk in the steak shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods, vacuum packed, individually wrapped steaks that you just grab yours and go. If you can't make it in person, fairwaypacking.com. They ship next day. Fairwaypacking.com.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune in to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Hey, come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register to win a trip of your dreams and all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. You can walk in anytime. It's open 7 days a week. It is wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome.
Hey, some college football news. Jim Harbaugh is expected to meet with the LA Chargers today.
Yeah.
For their open head coaching vacancy. As Adam Schefter pointed out, it is a interview. They are feeling each other out. There will be no deal today. There will be no news today. The Chargers will interview other candidates as well. This is purely a fact-finding mission for both sides.
Yeah, it's going to be that way because you have 3 main candidates. You got the #1 coach in college football right now, Jim Harbaugh. You have the greatest coach of all time, arguably in NFL history, in Bill Belichick. And then you also have Detroit Lions' great offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson. Those are definitely the 3 guys that are going to be interviewing for this job. So I think that's why they want to let you know this is just an interview or formality because it's between those 3.
So basically he's gone, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, why would you interview? It's a bad look if you're not going to be gone. Why keep looking?
I think he wants to leave if he could.
Why?
I don't know. I should not say that.
I guess not why.
I don't know.
Saban left for a reason. Maybe he's sick and tired of this crap too. But he's more on the cutting edge of this NIL stuff than other people.
I think he'll come back. I just am not sure. That college football, guys, let me tell you something. It sucks being a college football coach and a college coach, period. It sucks.
Except the pay.
It's not fun, except the pay. But if you have the only people who coach in college football now are people that cannot get a head coaching job in the NFL. That's just what the sport's become. Nobody wants to suck up to a 15, 16, 17-year-old kid.
No.
And their parents.
You're right about that.
And not only that, nobody wants to go recruit these kids and then deal with phone calls from their parents saying, where's my kid's NIL? Where's my kid's money? And then if you don't play my kid, I'm going to transfer. Nobody wants that.
That's what happened to the Ohio State quarterback.
It's the bottom line.
Can I take a different angle on
Please.
this? Pause. If you're Jim Harbaugh, aren't you tired of coaching against these bum-ass coaches? Like, you got to get ready to coach Mike Loxley, P.J. Fleck, Greg Schiano, Tom Allen, a bunch of gossiping sisters that don't like you anyway. Like, at the end of the day, I heard Colin Cowherd say this. Don't you want to be coaching against your brother? Don't you want to be coaching against Sean Payton? Don't you want to be coaching against Bill Belichick? Don't you want to be coaching against insert Kyle Shanahan, Kevin Stefanski? Don't you want to coach against guys worthy? Dan Campbell, so sorry. Don't you want to go against guys like that as opposed to getting ready for another year of beating up on the Big Ten and then have them secretly gossiping behind your back? Like, it's time for him, in his mind, he's the king.
Yeah.
He's done it all. You saw the meme, the crown. He's done it all. Turned the program around. Become the best coach in Michigan's history. Won the national championship. Beat Alabama. Retired Nick Saban. Now it's time to get back to do the last thing on my mind in the NFL. Last time I was there, I lost. I just think it's the next challenge.
What you thinking of this?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, buddy.
I got to get this off my chest.
Of course.
When we were growing up, you had these legends in college football.
Yeah.
Legends, the coaches. Can you name me one right now besides Jim Harbaugh? Jim Harbaugh is the face of college football. And I know Kirby Smart won too.
Yeah.
I understand that. But when you think of college football coaches, now Jim Harbaugh is number one. He is the legend of the sport. Why? Nobody wants to coach in college football.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
You hit it when you said nobody wants to kiss up to a 14, 15, 16-year-old kid. You don't.
Because
and then they're going to threaten you. Oh, well, Rutgers is giving me this. Well, this guy's giving me this. It's like watching Blue Chips.
You heard the Nick Saban story about the player in the LSU game? Did you hear that one?
Yeah.
Like,
it's ridiculous.
Player told him, I need $1 million. Nick Saban said, good. He transferred. He goes to LSU. In the game LSU beat Alabama 2 years ago, Brian Kelly's first one, guess who caught the game-winning touchdown? It was that kid that asked for $1 million. That is what took Nick Saban over the edge.
Seriously,
like that moment.
It's just crazy what's happening in college football.
When you see him on Saturday after the parade and at the Chrysler Center, and he gets up and he has a great – matter of fact, can I play the speech? Can I play it for you? Here's Jim Harbaugh from Saturday's celebration of the championship.
Bo Schembechler said, the team, the team, the team. Team 144, you are the team. Victor's valiant, team superior. You had each other's back, treated others as you wanted to be treated, and cared about other people's problems, not just your own. You are Michigan football legends, beloved sons of Michigan, mighty men, and now known simply as national champions.
Leave that? You want to leave with your parents living in your backyard? You want to leave your home to go chase a Super Bowl and maybe you get canned in 3 years? Where the pros are probably going to hate your guts?
What if they win 8 games next year?
So what?
It's not so what. You can't go to that it's easy to fall, it's hard to climb. But you can't go from that, get to the pinnacle, and then next year win 8 games. Because JJ's leaving next year.
You know who's going to be the next Michigan quarterback?
Blake Corum's leaving next year.
Tulia Tagovailoa. That's what I'm going with now.
Oh, from Maryland?
Yeah.
I don't freaking know.
What's the difference? If he leaves, I really don't give a damn anymore, to be honest with you. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm just not. I'm not. I just. I don't. I just don't.
Sharon Moore,
I got nothing. Sharon Moore don't do it for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I believe
he don't do it for me.
I believe in Sharon Moore with J.J. McCarthy and
Blake Corum
and
Zach Zimmer.
I mean, I don't know,
Roman
man.
Wilson.
Jesus,
I don't
man.
know.
That's
the thing.
I just don't give a damn.
There's nobody to go. There's nobody in college football anymore to go get. Like, there's not like.
That's our guy. That's my guy.
We'll see what happens. And if he leaves, God bless him.
I know. I'm not begrudging him.
He gave us one.
He did.
He gave us one.
He took Michigan from a laughing stock, which it had been for a very long time, to the number one. We're all the number one program, but now they're the number one football program and school. We were just the number one school. Now
if he stays, he could be Nick Saban.
Nah, ain't nobody gonna be Nick Saban. He got 7 national championships.
Guys, you can laugh at me all you want. J.J. McCarthy is going pro. I understand that, okay? He will probably not be the number one overall selection.
Good choice.
But I will tell you, and again, you can rip on me all you want. It's just my belief, and you're not going to be right either. You will not be right. So you can't be right now is what I'm saying. I think he's going to have the best career of any quarterback selected in this draft. And I can't be right now. You can't be right now either. Because if I would have told you that Brock Purdy had a better has had a better career than Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, and Mac Jones, you would have told me I was smoking something. So that's how those things play out. If I would have told you that a 4th round Amon-Ra St. Brown would have a better career than the Heisman Trophy winner Devontae Smith, these things play out, okay? These things play out. There are instances of it. I think JJ has every single tool to succeed at the next level. If he can get to a good organization, and that's the case for any of these guys, but JJ specifically, the sky is the limit for this guy. Greatest Michigan quarterback ever to play at the university.
Chad Henne told me the same thing, but no buts, wrong. Just he's got to get with an offensive coordinator who sees the offense going through JJ. Like, he get with a guy that wants to be like Ben Johnson and Jared Goff. Ben Johnson saw Jared Goff, said, we're going to build this thing through his strengths and who Jared Goff is. He's got to get with an offensive coordinator like that, because if he does, Ryan, I agree with you. He does have every intangible that you need.
No doubt. All right, guys, that'll be it today. Bray, get us out of here.
Not much to say, man. Go Lions. You see it. They came, they saw, they conquered, but the job is not done. So we'll talk more tomorrow. We'll talk more on the field. Talk about players in the division and how they play. Man, it's going to be a fun week. Oh, and watch the game tonight. See who they're going to play. Doesn't really matter because they're going to be the ball. For my man, JB, peace by that.
Yeah.
Uncle Maz on the couch, my brother from another mother, Ryan Ermanni.
Oh, yeah.
We are Ermanni, Edwards, and the big guy, Maz.
Thank
See you tomorrow.